Hello everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Today I have some updated PTS patch notes for you guys. There's definitely some good stuff in here, probably a couple of bad things. Let's get into it here. Okay, so I will link this article in the description if you want to go check it out, but I think I pretty much covered it all here, but let's get into it here. The Inside the Vault Gleaming Depths Public Test Server Part 2. Camp pets updated the third-person petting animation, so we have better ways to pet the animals now, I assume. Caravans, the L63 laser carbine heat gauge no longer appears on screen when the weapon is holstered. Players now encounter cryptids only during large caravans, with a chance to encounter them during large runs without cryptid bait, and a guaranteed encounter when using cryptid bait. Players now have a chance of receiving legendary items from all collectors' Mergmer's crates. Fixed a number of issues impacting the bump in the road quests that were introduced in the PTS update. So, nice to see that fixed, actually. I have heard some stuff about a bump in the road, so it's good to see they're fixing this. Some of the stuff I didn't even really know was a problem. Especially the pet thing there, so just nice to see that they're fixing this stuff. This is the point of the public test server, right, ladies and gentlemen? And again, the stuff that I'm reading to you, don't get too excited because it may not make it into the actual game eventually. Combat balancing. The durability of armor has been increased, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm assuming this means all armor, not power armor, or I'm guessing they would have said power armor. This could include power armor. That is such a way to put it. The durability of armor has been increased. Like, I have so many questions about that. I would assume it's just regular armor, though. Slightly increased the chance to learn weapon mods via scrapping. Now, don't get excited. I don't think this is legendary mods. This is just the mods you learn from scrapping weapons and armor, like the regular stuff that you'd put on it. Slightly increased the amount of steel and ballistic fiber that a weapon using enemies can drop. Balance adjustments for communist and liberators, so they might be a little more powerful. Not sure. Could be a little less powerful. I doubt it. Adjustments to loot from item using creatures. Weapon using enemies are now more likely to drop their equipped weapon instead of junk or caps. Slightly increase the amount of steel and ballistic fiber the weapon using enemies can drop. Weapon using enemies are now slightly more likely to drop steel scrap instead of junk items that contain steel. Lowered the amount of aluminum, bones, copper, gears, leather, screws, springs, and weapon using springs that weapon using enemies can drop. Sorry about that. So, they're definitely changing how we're going to get stuff from scrapping weapons. It looks like it's not just going to be steel and junk, which is kind of nice. It's, you know, I think most of us at this point have a lot of steel, myself included, so it's nice to see that we're actually going to be able to get some other stuff from certain weapons. Like, if they should do like what Fallout 4 has, like steel and whatever, if it's just, you know, regular weapons, but if it has some nice mods on it, maybe some other good stuff. Weapon adjustments. Reduce the damage of the auto axe and adjusted the damage of the V63 Zweilhander. I probably didn't say that right. But yes, the auto axe, ladies and gentlemen, is being nerfed. But again, this is just on the PTS, so we'll see if this makes it in the game. I wouldn't be surprised. I do feel like the auto axe is doing a ton of damage right now. I have like kind of like a hybrid build going with not even dedicated perks to it, and it destroys everything. Increase the base damage for the following melee weapons. So this is good news. If you use any of these weapons, they're all getting a damage buff. The Assaultron Blade, Baseball Bat, Baton, the Bear Arm, the Blade of Basset, Board, Bone Club, Bone Hammer, Bowie Knife, Boxing Glove, Cattle Prod, Chinese Officer Sword, Combat Knife, Cultist Blade, Cultist Dagger, Death Tambo, Death Claw Gauntlet, and the Electro Enforcer. And there's even more than this, ladies and gentlemen, which I'm going to show in a second here. But that Bear Arm is definitely interesting. I feel like that will be a very powerful weapon once that damage increase, because it already is as far as I know, so it'll be nice to test that. Also, damage increases to the meat hook, the mole miner gauntlet, the multi-purpose axe, pickaxe, pitchfork, pipe wrench, plasma cutter, pool hook, pool cue, power fist, revolutionary sword, rolling pin, sheep squatch club, and sheep squatch staff, which I'm excited about. I love the sheep squatch staff. It's already very powerful too, so I can't wait to try that. Shepherd's crook, shish kebab, shovel, sickle, ski sword, sledgehammer, super sledge, switchblade, tenderizer, tire iron, walking cane, war drum, and the war glaive. I've heard the war glaive is good for damage as well. And look at that buff from 82 to 104. I was saying, I was using I like using the sheep squatch staff. I have an instigating one. It pretty much one hits everything with the burning mod. Now it's a guaranteed, I'm guessing. Can't wait to try that out. Follow up on the VATS changes made in the last PTS update, I would assume. We wanted to take a quick moment to say thank you for all the feedback around the recent combat balance changes that were made in the PTS. The team has decided to revert the changes for the VATS hit chance for now. The other changes, body part, damage multipliers, and how much damage it takes to cripple a limb. We will still use the updated values with a few exceptions. As always, we plan to monitor and provide further updates in the future. Thank you for all your feedback. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we give them constructive criticism, because then they can get a feel for what we want as a community, or if they really feel it's a necessary change, maybe they can make it so everybody is happy in the end, right? So if anything in this video concerns you, do what you can to let Bethesda know that you do not want these changes or you approve of these changes. Everything that we can do, especially in the comments, will help as well, I'm sure. Yeah, just throwing that out there. Where there's a will, there's a way, ladies and gentlemen. And not to mention, Bethesda is pretty good with getting back to their community. So just throwing that out there. As always, everybody, thank you so much for taking the time to check out the video, and I hope you have a pleasant evening.